Hello, I'm Richard Bogert, and I'm president of Bogert International. Bogert International is part of the Bogert Group, which we are R&D companies that manufacture products in many different types of industries. Since 2006, Bogert International has been manufacturing a number of products for the Department of Defense. These include jack systems, lifting systems for heavy vehicles such as armored trucks, and so forth. Vehicles or tools for working on tracked vehicles such as the Abrams tank. We're going to tell you a story about some of our products, and I'd like you to look at the videos, see the backstory, how they were developed, and notice that the timeline is usually very short, that from the time that we find out about the problem and the time that it takes us to come up with a solution for that problem and deliver it to the customer is very, very short. The patented Humby Jack project began in July of 2006. We had been contacted by an engineering company in Phoenix, Arizona that was working under contract with the Army to solve a critical need that the Army had. The Army and the U.S. Marine Corps were having a lot of difficulty lifting the up-armored Humvee. Standard jacks were failing, and no commercially available jack was found to be suitable for stability and reliability. The problems were many. The low starting height. Typically, with a flat tire situation, you had less than 5 inches of clearance. And we had to raise the suspension arm to 16 inches, from 5 to 16 inches, just to get the tire high enough to remove it for changing. You also had issues with the vehicle sliding sideways, that the Humvee, because of the independent suspension, would slide sideways several inches when you started to lift it. So all those factors combined, the 20,000 pound weight of the vehicle, plus the low starting height, the high degree of the amount of travel that we needed to get the vehicle off the ground, and the movement of the vehicle sideways, all led towards the destruction of the jacks. So Bogert International came into play, and we were given 7 days from the time we heard about it, 7 days to conceive of an idea and then construct the product and ship it to the human proving grounds for testing. By the time we were done, we had a successful product, and it was adopted by the U.S. Army in October of 2006 as a standard for the up-armored Humvee. Since then, we've delivered over 23,000 of these jacks for the Army and the U.S. Marine Corps. The track puller for the Abrams tank, the Army National Guard approached us with a problem. When doing maintenance or repairs on tracks, pulling the ends of the track together on the Abrams tank was time-consuming and hazardous. Can you make the process safer and faster, we were asked. The design team created a hydraulically based tool that made the job much easier and safer. What had taken 2 men 30 minutes or more to do could now be done by 1 man in 39 seconds. The tank track puller is scalable for other broken track work. See the video on the Bogert Group YouTube channel.
39.
39 seconds, all right. The Gator Jack was originally designed for the U.S. Air Force. They came to us looking for a 5-ton version of the Humby Jack for a non-vehicle application. They needed a jack that could start at a low height and have a lot of stroke while providing a truly vertical lift. The Bogert team made it our mission to design a powerful, scalable, highly adaptable jack for the U.S. Air Force, and in the process came up with a product that is applicable to many lifting tasks. The Gator-style jack can be configured to lift structures and vehicles of all types. It is particularly well suited to vehicles with independent suspension because of the jack compensates for a vehicle's lateral motion while being lifted. Starting heights as low as 2.5 inches are achievable. Applications include the Humvee, MATV, MRAP, JLTV, MTV, and others. In 2011, Navistar Defense needed a jack for the basic issue kit on the Max Pro MRAP. We were contacted because became obvious that a bottle jack just wasn't going to do it. Navistar provided us with some basic information. We put together several possibilities, several options for jacks for that vehicle, and traveled back to Detroit to demonstrate it on the truck. We got there and all of the jacks worked as advertised, but they needed to be optimized for the vehicle. So tested one morning with Navistar, got on the phone with my crew back in Pasco, Washington. We talked about what needed to be changed to optimize the system for the truck. They built what needed to be built that day, shipped it overnight, and the next morning I was back at Navistar and we tested, and it was perfect. Got the job done, the customer was happy. Short while later we were in production mode and delivering to the customer. Bogert International Inc. is part of the Bogert Group, and we do about 40 R&D projects a year. These vary quite a bit from one industry to another, but usually the requirements are fast-paced, must get it done in a hurry, and Bogert Group and the Bogert International come through. Bogert International is able to do this because we're a creative bunch, and besides being creative, we are associated with people that are specialized in their industries, have great manufacturing capabilities, and because of that, we are able to bring people together, coalitions of companies, to get a job done efficiently for the customer. And that's the bottom line, is to get the job done for the customer success.